There's been a lot of talk with Space Marine 2 in terms of content and what's to come. And in this video, I really just want to delve into that, do a deep dive into some of the concerns in the community, some of my own concerns as well, and hopefully where we could go this year with content and other big things. Also in this video, there is going to be some rumored content added to this because I am hearing some whispers through the warp about potential content. We've seen the developers actually post that we are going to get content this month in January. I'll also post that and share about that as well. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. So when this game dropped last year, it was the absolute talk of the town. Everyone was playing it, from the biggest streamer to the smaller streamer. Everyone was making videos about it. Everyone was talking about it. And since then, that is slowly faded away. And there's still a healthy community around the game. I think it sits around 10,000 to like 15,000 active players over on Steam, but it was nowhere near the numbers where it was when it first came out. It was breaking records. It was like, what was it, 150,000 or something like that? Like, we got numbers that it sold over like 5 million copies and stuff, which was fantastic. But a lot of the comments that I'm seeing around the game now is all about content. And I really do think Space Marine 2 has kind of suffered from its own success because the game was so popular, it was so amazing that people want more, and rightly so, because it is a fantastic game. The developers have made something truly special in the 40k IP. Now, we've just got the Season 2, and for those people who are not familiar with what's going on, there is a roadmap in the background right now, so I can explain this to you. So Season 1, we got the Ultramarine stuff. Season 2, we got the Valrak, the Dark Angels, the new PvE mission, the new difficulty, and Season 3, hopefully, is going to be dropping the first half of 2025. Q1, I'm hoping, 2025. I am hearing some things that are going to be coming. We'll get onto that in a second. But of course, as you can see, Season 3, new PvE mission, new PvP game mode, new PvP arenas, new enemy, new prestige ranks, battle barge, expansion. So there is a little bit of content there, but I truly believe, and I'm really going into my concerns with this now, I truly believe that if the game launched with more PvP content, we wouldn't see the amount of, I don't want to say negativity, because I don't think it is negativity. I think it's just concerns about content in the game. When this game launched, I said to myself, and I said to you chaps as well, when I was streaming this, when I was playing this, the game is fantastic. The campaign is amazing. I loved the story. The PvE operation missions, fantastic, amazing, loved every second of it. But when I jumped over to the PvP, something that I used to play more or less all the time with the original Space Marine 1 game, this game felt like the PvP was just added on. It was attached on. It launched with only 3 maps. And to launch a game like this, which has been, well, people have been waiting for like 10 plus years, right? With just 3 PvP maps, I thought that was just really, really bad. Like, that was my only negative with Space Marine 2. Like, I thought this game should at least launch with like 5 to 10 maps. All the game modes that were included in the original game should have been here. We are still missing Capture the Flag. I know we'll get on to Exterminator slash the wave mode stuff later on in the video. You can skip to it at the bottom if you want to jump to that bit. But I really do believe if we had more of that PvP content, then people would still be playing this game. I think one of the problems that they did as well is to attach unlocks to both PvE and PvP. Call me old-fashioned, but I would like certain unlocks to be attached to certain game modes. That way, it makes people go and play those game modes and brings more activity to certain things. For example, how about a cool, awesome helmet that you can only get from PvP, but also a cool helmet that you can also get from PvE as well? That makes me play both PvE and PvP. What they did is just put it all under one banner, so people were just unlocking things either doing PvP or PvE. There was really no crossover in the unlock system. But I truly feel the biggest concern for PvP for me is the maps. As I've just stated, we need more maps. The developers have come out at the end of last year and said in their statement, December statement, that they are adding 1 new map, which is absolutely fantastic news, but we need more. I feel like if they put more effort into the PvP scene, I think a lot more people will come back. Most of my friends who I play with loved the game. They enjoyed the game. We played PvP till our eyes bled, but with the lack of maps, the lack of, you know, content in the PvP scene, a lot of people just dropped off. For example, right, it doesn't really matter if you win or you lose at this moment in time. Like, I am level 28, I'm maxed, I've maxed all my characters out, everything, you know, I've bled my life into this, and I really don't care if I win or lose a match. I just go in there just to kill things. Like, even the points I get, I don't really care for, because I'm completely maxed out. Yes, you can say that the PvP prestige ranks may be a thing very, very soon, which is a great thing, but what about little things like maybe a leaderboard, like a global leaderboard, maybe for classes, so you can see who the best bulwark is, you can see who the best player in Space Marine 2 is. Give someone something to aim for. That's what I say, because at the moment there is nothing to play for. If you put like well, we do know there's a rank structure in the game anyway, but if you put like a global leaderboard in, I can go in that game and say, right, I want to win this. I want to get this now, because if I win, it means I increase myself on the leaderboard and I can be renowned in the Space Marine 2 community. It's like little things like that I think that the developers should start looking at, should add into the game, to give people a purpose to keep playing their games, to keep playing it, not just this year, but in the years to come as well. The other topic I keep coming across is the champion packs and what champion is representing what in the game. So, for example, we have the Ultramarine, who is the Gravis Heavy, which I think is great. You have the Dark Angel Bulwark, which I think is great. The latest one, the Salamander Sniper, I think that's caused most of the debate. And I've said this from the start, I love these champion packs. I love the skins that they've done for him. I think they're fantastic. But I personally think the way that they've done it, where they've just put it to one class and one class only, was always the wrong way to do it. I think they should have done it where you get a champion pack, and that champion pack can then be applied to every single class in the game. So if you get an Ultramarine champion pack, you can get that skin in just normal Tacticus, Gravis, Phobos, and you can just apply it to whatever class you want, you know, Jump Assault and stuff like that. Yes, it'd be a bit more work for the developers, but I think the audience would like that more. So, for example, now with a Salamander Sniper, with people like, well, that's not really how Salamanders play. Yes, of course, Salamanders have snipers, right? It's in the lore. Of course, they have recon squads and stuff like that, but it's not something that someone imagines their Salamander as. So, you know, they want it with a melter and stuff like that. So maybe if we did it where it was like the general class, they can apply it to the Gravis guy, they can apply it to the Phobos guy, the tactical guy, and have the melters and all that stuff attached to it. That is the way that I would have done it, and I think that is the way that it could personally fix people's view on champion packs just being dedicated to certain classes, because there's always going to be someone who disagrees with a champion pack going to a certain class. It's always just going to be the way. So if you just give the person the option to apply it to any pack, any class, then that just solves the issue, and then no one can complain. Then you can play it on each class you want. Now, jumping over to the rumor half of this video, which hopefully is going to get some people excited, and we're not all just like, oh, feeling sad about Space Marine 2. Again, this is coming from the people who go into the game and do all the data mining and stuff like that, but also I've heard some whispers myself, okay? And a big whisper could be happening very, very soon. Tonight, right after this video, if it all turns out right. So first things first, I just want to put this image in the background right now. This is a Season 3 and Season 4 content, and this is apparently what the data miners have found. So in Season 3, there's going to be a mission, well, the new PvE mission is where you have to kill a Trigon. Of course, we know there's going to be a new PvP game mode. I'm going to think that's going to be Capture the Flag, new PvP arenas. Apparently, there's a new enemy, which is, of course, a Trigon, because you have to kill a Trigon for the actual mission. PvP prestige ranks, 7 levels with perks. Apparently, the Battle Barge expansion is going to be the Data Vault. We've already seen the Data Vault, right? You know, it's the library. They already teased that last year because they added it by mistake in the last big patch. Perform challenges to get data to spend on 4 sets. Each of the sets rewards you with 3 cosmetic elements. Sets are Imperial, Space Marine, Tyranids, and Chaos. So it looks like we're going to have to go in and replay the game again to get all the data stuff in there, and then you're rewarded with sets. That's a pretty cool way to do it, you know, get people back into the game, playing again, to unlock certain resources, to, again, unlock certain cosmetic items. I do like that type of road, how we unlock stuff. It gives people a reason to come back to the game. So I definitely love how that's sounding. Hopefully that turns out true. And of course, Season 4, because we're going to talk about the Horde mode in a second. The new enemy is the Biovore, apparently. Biovores are big. New weapons, Inferno Pistol, assault bolter, and grav cannon, which, if they bring the grav cannon to the game, and that is the latter half of 2025, then that's going into some other big rumors that I'm hearing about certain tabletop models as well, which could be a massive crossover. Maybe Focus, maybe Saber knows something that we don't know about upcoming Space Marine releases, not only in Space Marine 2, but on the tabletop as well. But we'll do that in a separate rumor video for Space Marines, probably this Monday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell to not miss that video. But yes, those are some of the rumors. Oh, actually, there's one more rumor. Of course, I'm missing it. I've heard a whisper from the Warp that at LVO, of course, LVO is tonight as I'm recording this. This is the 16th of the 1st, 2025 in January. Technically, it's tomorrow for me because I'm in the UK, but for you Americans, it is tonight. That there is going to be video game elements shown off at the LVO Warhammer preview. And I have a absolute big foil theory that Space Marine 2 is going to be a part of that. So we potentially could be seeing things from the Space Marine 2 developers. Even the developers themselves from Focus have stated over on Discord recently that things are going to be shown off. You can see here a conversation between a chap called Gabriel and Sister Hyla, who is the community moderator or community manager for Space Marine 2. Gabriel says, bloody hell, I can't even see it. Will be an update until the end of the month. You'll get news at the end of January. So we should be getting some big news again at the end of this month. Again, LVO, end of this month. Hopefully they announce some big things and we can get a lot of people more hyped for the game rather than people, you know, a bit upset and a bit sad about the current state of content in Space Marine 2. Anyway, let's jump in and let's finish with this arena mode, because there's a lot of talk about this and I think it potentially could be one of the saving things for Space Marine 2, but the timescale of it, I'm a bit concerned with. Now, the arena is basically one of the big content updates that a lot of people are talking about. For people who don't know what the arena could be, if you look at Space Marine 1, it was called Exterminatus. You literally had waves and waves of enemies. Each wave got harder than the last, and by the end of the last wave, it was like a super elite mob or mobs that spawned, and you have to really be on your game to defend yourselves. This is what we think the arena is going to be, where you get waves and waves of Tyranids, and probably the last little bits are going to be Chaos. And a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people are excited for it. My biggest excite for it is that somehow it's different from Exterminatus. The problem that I have at the moment is that if it's just a one-for-one what Exterminatus was in Space Marine 1, then it should have launched with the game. Like, it needs to be different somehow. I don't know how. Like, could you call in maybe a Thunderhawk gunship airstrike or something like that? Could you, like, call in reinforcements where some other Ultramarines show up? Maybe there's, like, different bonuses or perks like you can get in the actual game itself. Like, it has to be somehow different. And I would love for you chaps to get involved in this as well in the comment section. Like, how can they make this game mode different to an Exterminatus, where it's still that wave mode, but there's more excitement, there's more added to it, so it's not just wave after wave. Also, regarding this is the timescale. So this is going to be late 2025. I've heard it's not going to be in the first half of 2025. Hopefully that is wrong. Hopefully that is not true. So a lot of people who are looking forward to this, it's probably going to be towards the latter half, the back end of 2025. And that is a long time to wait for a lot of people. Again, we go back to one of the main topics of this is that people just want content, right? The game's been so successful, they just want to play it more. They want more and more stuff, which you can't blame them for, because again, the developers have made such an amazing game, so they just want more and more stuff. There's been some great videos. Our guy called Bellular, hopefully I said his name right, he put a great video about this game and like it breaking the mold and stuff, and it's not like a Fortnite game, which I completely get on board with. So it's not one of those like paid service games. It's something different. Yes, it's putting out a season pass, but it's doing it in blocks of the time. But of course, people are so used to like the Fortnite type of model that they just want content all the time, and the developers are not doing this. Maybe they'll switch over it to one point, but that is something, I don't know, you know, it gets too much money involved then, and that really starts mudding the water for me, and that's where concerns really start popping up. I really hope Horde mode is incredible. I really hope it does absolutely break the game again and bring a ton of people back. But at this moment in time, what my main focus is, what my main thing is that just give us more PvP content, right? Give us spectator mode, right? I know you're going to give us custom lobbies and stuff like that, which is going to be fantastic. If you add stuff like spectator mode, leaderboards, all that kind of stuff, I guarantee you'll bring a massive crowd back to the game. Mate, you can start doing like video game casts and stuff. Well, I would anyway. Video game casts, mate. I'd host tournaments. I'd host clan tournaments for like model prizes and stuff like that to entice people back into the game and stuff. Like, you could be the best clan in Space Marine 2. How cool would that be, right? The Sons of Valrak dominating every other Space Marine 2 clan. It's just, it's written in the stars. So yeah, if the devs give us like little bits like this, I think the game will just go to the next step. I'm looking forward to everything that comes. I still love playing the game. This game is something I've been waiting for, you know me, like since Space Marine 1, I wanted Space Marine 2. Of course, we're going to get a Space Marine 3. This game has been a massive success, so I do definitely think they've got to start pumping even more stuff into this game. But that's just me. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback on this. Tell me what you think. Do you think we're going to get even more content this year that is not even on the roadmap? What content would you like to see added into the game? Post it all down below, and we can have a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. See ya, have a great day, and bye-bye.